Cowboy boots are an investment, and they cost more than tennis shoes for a few reasons. The material and labor it takes to make them, and the fact that they can be resoled, repaired to extend the life of a well-constructed boot for many years. So there are several styles of cowboy boots, a few different types of soles, leather, rubber, hybrid, and so on. So in this video, we'll be talking about when you should start thinking about when to get your leather sole boots repaired / restored, repaired. I don't think I drank enough of this yet. Jeremiah Craig recently made a new video about things to consider when you need new rubber soles, and I highly recommend you check out that video after this one if you want to learn more about the rubber sole repairing process. I have linked that video in the description below. God, I should have recorded more videos in the winter. It is getting hot. Woo, I'm sweating. So the first thing that usually goes out first for most people is going to be the rubber heel cap on your heel. And if you could see there, right there, it is worn down pretty bad. And I walk kind of a little bit of an angle, a little bit it seems, because it is pretty uneven there. I don't think I'm bow-legged, but my boots tell me otherwise. What's happening here is whenever you're walking, the rubber heel cap is rubbing on that, whatever you're walking on. It's rubbing it down, wearing it down until it can't no more. It is recommended to get this replaced before it reaches the actual heel, because that will require more work and more material from a cobbler, and it will just cost you more. So if you were to catch it before it hits your heel, you'll save a little bit of money. Now, another very common thing that would be a sign to repair your boots would be having holes in your soles. Now, you see here, I have a little hole right there, and my other boot, it's not quite there yet. But I would get these both resoled at the same time. It is very highly recommended whenever you see a hole in your sole to get it replaced as soon as you can, to prevent damage on the interiors of the boot there. Another thing to look out for is when all the pegs are starting to come out, that is a sign where you need to go and get those put back in. Even if they're just a little loose, a local cobbler, bootmaker, whatever, can just get a little hammer in them for you. And another thing that you might see is the sole and the welt would start splitting, and that would be a sign that it might be time to get your soles replaced. Which reminds me, a cowboy boot in most cases cannot be resoled if it does not have a Goodyear leather welt. A cobbler needs a good welt to replace the sole on. Not having a leather welt is seen a lot more in rubber soles whenever they build the boot on a cement construction, to where it's kind of a, once you wear through them, you got to get yourself a whole new boot instead of being able to get it replaced. Whenever you get the soles of your boots restored, you can get it first time a half sole where they cut it about roughly there, and they put a new half sole up here while this part of the sole is still there. And that basically extends the number of times that it can be resoled. It's less work and it costs less. Now, a benefit of getting your boots repaired instead of replaced would be that whenever you repair them, these boots are still molded to your feet and broken in just the way you like them. Now, a new boot, they're going to be requiring that break-in period. Now, there's a few more things I could go over, some things that slip my mind, or some things that I just don't know. And that's why it's great to have multiple people on this platform that cover similar or the same stuff, so that you can get more information on what you need to know. As mentioned before, Jeremiah Craig made a video about getting rubber soles repaired, and I would highly recommend y'all checking that out so you can get more information about that. And I'm going to link his video as well as the cobbler that he collaborated with to make that video, and they have a video on that as well. And one final note is, you need to make sure that the cobbler that you use or are thinking of using would be able to actually work on your boot, as some cobblers don't work on certain brands, this, that, or the other. That was the video. Hope you liked this setup. Definitely has some things I can work on, but that is one warm beer.